And what's cracking, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha. Bitcoin is at 42K. Now while I jump the gun, tell me if you guys can hear me. Alright. Can you guys hear the music? Am I too loud? Is the music too loud? Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Loud and clear. Brilliant. Thank you, Tiffy. Not too loud. Wait, so good enough? Good volume levels? Okay, this is good. Sounds great. Awesome. I got Sean next to me too, by the way. Stanton, how's it going? Sean, I just I just woke him up from a nap. He's had such an amazing day. Okay, we're gonna be talking about Sean's 1-year trade setup. It is absolutely insane. It blew my mind. But yeah, he's had an insane day. He needed to take a nap from all the fun.
Good morning. I literally just woke up, guys. I feasted today. I booked ourselves a vacation, by the way, Krisha.
Oh, you did? Oh.
I did. 1 year in the making, this trade, man. Deserve. We're going back to the same beach where we had a famous 2019 call. We called for Bitcoin to 50K.
Snap beans.
And hey, this is a very similar call, right? From a similar price. Oh, you guys, oh man, I just realized something.
What's up?
That previous call was $19,000 to $50,000. This time it was $16,000 to $42,000.
Oh yeah. Sean's
Very similar,
just been
eh?
nailing these crazy
No.
freaking trades. But okay, I don't want to jump the gun. We got quite a few people in here. Was Chow, Mr. Moss, Stanton is in here, Gopeish is in here, Ben Tai, how's it going? Sherman is in here. How's it going, Sherman? Okay, are you ready to show them your beautiful smile, Sean? Are you ready?
No, yeah, let's go.
Are you ready? Okay, let's cue the intro in 3, 2, 1.
Fancy. You got to turn down the music, right?
How's it going, you guys? Do you have to turn down the music? Okay, cool. Let's turn it down a tad bit. Is this good? Thumbs up.
No,
Let's
it's too
go.
loud. It's too loud.
It's too loud.
Trust the pro. I've been
Okay.
doing this. Okay, that's good.
All right, good. Are we good? Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
This is too high. It's covering my face.
Okay.
I know you like your face being covered on my screen.
It's okay.
I don't like my face being covered.
You guys need to tell them how there are times where my the boom arm is too heavy, and sometimes it like hits, it like pops up into my nose and it hits my nose. Yeah, it's the boom. It's not me. It's the boom arm. It's the boom arm trying to cover your face. It's a party. It's a BTC party. That's right, guys. Let's cue it. Come on. Let's go Bitcoin. Let's go Bitcoin.
Guys, do you guys understand how surreal this is? This has to have been one of Mango's best trades, and we've had some really effing big trades. What made this one so special was the amount of FUD, the amount of drama, the amount of things that could have gone wrong, and we stuck to our guns and played the cloud trade. That's it, right? Like, hey guys, the cloud is saying we're doing this, we're going to follow the trade. That's it. And then around that, we looked at the fundamentals, we looked at the macro, we looked at the dollar, we looked at yields, we looked at the Fed, and it all lined up, actually. It all actually lined up with the cloud, right? The TA comes first, and then you build your fundamental narrative around it. And look at that, from $16K to $42,000.
Nailed it. By the way, Sean and I have this thing where we can never get a high five right. Like, it's been going on for years, and till today we've never been able to nail one of those impromptu high fives. Like, it's always like, finger slapping and just catching the edge or things like that. It's great. It's become a thing now, and if we get it right, it's just like, whoa, something's off. God candle coming from Emirates. Yeah, let's hope.
Tiffy Richardson says, no kidding, the FUD was so thick, so heavy. Indeed, look, do you guys remember this?
Oh.
March, Krisha's birthday, the week off. right? Do you guys remember how everyone's like, alright, this is it. We're going to 10K. Is it? And what does Bitcoin do? Boom, right? Every single corner, every turn, Bitcoin just proven all the bears wrong. The bears had everything going for them.
Yeah.
And yeah, this was the point where I was most nervous, right? Where I had to hedge out of my positions as well, because we did close underneath key levels, right? But then look at that, to reclaim the cloud, reclaim the Tenkin. What I tell you guys? Do you guys remember this entire phase over here? I know there's going to be a lot of I told you so this stream, but it's also going to be very, very educational. During this entire phase here, as boring as it got, as boring as it was, we were like, okay, the first trigger is us entering the cloud. The big trigger is going to be us claiming that Tenkin. Kush and I were doing duo videos that entire summer, right? Like October, September-ish. And I was being so redundant. Like, I was so boring with my analysis. I'm like, let's just wait for the Tenkin. Let's just wait for the Tenkin. Let's just wait for the Tenkin. That's how simple it was. That's how simple it was. And look at that. Look at that, guys. And Julian was right? Julian said, I don't think price is going to come down to the Tenkin. I think Tenkin is going to go up to price.
Yeah.
Boom, edge to edge trade. The Mango community has been nailing it. Like, simple cloud.
But yeah, I was blown away, and I'm sure a lot of people are. Like, just to give you guys a quick screenshot, let's take them back to your tweet, Sean. Go follow Sean. I don't have his handle on the screen right now, but it is his handle on Twitter is Sean Dexta. There it is. Okay, I don't have. Okay, there it is. Okay, Julian, I have your retweet right here, Julian. But yeah, Sean actually had this pinned on his Twitter feed. This is from his thing in March, or no, this is, okay, you just pinned your latest one, but he had, his initial tweet was from Jan of this year, basically marking out that edge-to-edge play. I think you have it right here. Okay, yeah, this is it right here. Okay, so he's got the screenshot. So he's basically showing you guys how his entire trade setup unfolded, and it's insane. Like, consider when he actually presented this to the Mango community and to his Twitter community as well, right? This was what Bitcoin was sitting at 16.9K. To have that kind of insight, to have that kind of forward thinking, you know, the fact that Bitcoin was at 16K, he was already looking at his first target at $24,000. Okay, $24,000 was target number one, coming in where the 200 simple moving average was. And where was his next target, guys? Notice target 2. What he has on his chart here is this is the weekly time frame. Okay, with the Ichimoku cloud on here. So his second target was only top of the cloud. Where are we right now? This is the weekly time frame, guys. Where's price action right now? Top of the cloud. Alrighty, so something so simple, and I think what's important here, Sean, is your patience.
Yeah.
Like, consider how patient someone had to be to catch this entire trade setup, and this is how much time it can take for these kind of trades to actually play out.
And if you guys do remember, that was when we were grinding the most, right? I was coming on here every single day, putting on daily videos, deep analysis, right? I had an entire presentation for you guys almost every single day on OneNote, and I was like drawing out what I think is going to happen based on Dixie, based on yields, based on the futures curve, based on the monthly time frame on Bitcoin, and then I tied it all up, or rather we used the Ichimoku equilibrium analysis as well as Fibonacci's. We had an entire thesis that we grinded on last year, and we're like, this is how we're going to play it. This is our thesis, this is how it's unfolding, this is how we're going to play it. I set the stage, and then we let the trade, we just played the plan. We played the plan. Right.
The patience, dude, the kind of patience you need to have on trades like this. Trend traders, if you are a trend trader, and you, at least if you want to become a trend trader, this is what you need. I think this is that one key attribute. You need patience. You need to like make every life decision to be able to give you the patience that you need to actually hold on to these trades.
I said something in regards to that on my tweet over here. This is really important, guys. Okay, I said this. Always ask yourself on every trade, what is the market paying me for? Because every time you're putting on a trade, right, you're putting on risk, or you're either putting on risk that you're getting paid for, or you're getting paid for something else. When pertains to trend trading, right, the risk is diminished because you're trading in direction of the trend, right? But what will you get paid for? Often, when pertaining to trend trades, you're getting paid for patience. That's what you're getting paid for. So if you're putting on a trend trade, you have to understand that that is your payment, right? You have to be patient, because why else will the market pay you? Because everything else is going in your way. You'll have support and resistance going in your way. You'll have the trend going in your way. What else? What else do you deserve to get paid for, if not patience, right? So that's something I remind myself every time I get kind of squirmy on my positions, especially the big wins. These are the kind of trades that now kind of make you complacent and lazy for the rest of the bull market, because you don't need to do too well. You don't need to chase anymore.
Yeah.
It's this kind of grinding that I did in the beginning of the previous bull market too. Those of you who were here will remember 2018, 2019. We won the big trades at the beginning of the bull market, and then I didn't have to chase all those risky assets that got a lot of people wrecked. I didn't have to feel FOMO on Luna, etc. Those trades played out. I was like, yeah, I missed it. Oh well, doesn't matter. I got my wins. I'm just gonna wait for the easy trades, right? And because of that, I wasn't caught off guard on multiple exchanges that were going down, multiple coins that were going to zero, etc., etc. I was able to just sit out and kind of dabble in coins that were, looking good.
Yeah.
So this is the time, guys. Put in the effort now. Grind now. Don't wait for assets to start going ballistic crazy, because that's when you're going to make your most mistakes. So now's the time you grind. Now's the time. It's not too late to learn. It's not too late to learn. Put in the effort now.
I like how history makers like, what wizardry is this? Chad GPT is like, I was there and watched these videos in real time. Thanks for your guidance, legend. And this is important. This is so important. If you don't have like the time or whatever to actually, keep up with Bitcoin or any of the assets that you're sitting in long term, at the very least, keep up with the minds out there that are keeping track of these assets, right? And are giving you the information. Sean has not only been covering Bitcoin, but he's also been covering the macro landscape. So yeah. You guys are the best. Thank you, Jay Boogie. Reading all your comments. John Gunnery says, studying Sprouts is helpful. Guys, Sprouts. Module 5 is out. This one is on precision support and resistance. I am particularly proud of, the appraising support and resistance levels. In fact, I give you guys a very good example from Bitcoin's chart on the weekly time frame. Go ahead and check it out. I promise you, what is taught in that one lesson is going to help you assess support and resistance and whether or not it's going to break on any chart, whether you're looking at altcoins, Bitcoin, any chart out there. Okay, it's going to tell you exactly how to sort of appraise these levels, how to figure out if they're going to break or if they're going to hold.
So
okay,
you added 2 more sections.
I added 3 more lessons into module 5. Yeah, I added 4 pointers because sometimes I use a bit of discretion when it comes to actually plotting out my support and resistance regions. But even my discretion, guys, it has a bit of a system. Okay, I'm not just like doing random stuff on the chart. No, I'm looking at certain pointers before actually plotting them out. So go ahead and check that out. Also, I go over another example on Cardano. Okay, this also will give you a bit of insight on multi-time frame analysis right there. And the third one I introduced was appraising support and resistance levels, essentially how to determine a weak one from a strong one. Okay, so go ahead and check it out. mangoview.com/sprouts. Let's see what else. I had like a bunch of notes. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I've come in here with a plan. Okay, edge to edge on the cloud. And now that we're at the edge of the cloud, so now we're at 41.4K to be very, very precise. But now this was target 2, Sean. This was that final target of yours. I think the primary question that everyone has right now is, what's next?
It's done. The trade's done. There's nothing next. It's
What's
over.
What's next for Bitcoin? Do we actually see $60,000? Do we see $60,000? Okay, let's see. Can I put in a poll here? Yes? Yes, I can. Yes, I got control on the polls. You have no idea how excited I am. I feel like the mango goddess.
She's been empowered, guys.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can go wild with this. Okay. Do we see?
Oh my god, the jokes that you're setting people up for.
Start poll.
There's the question. Julian asked, Sean, have you taken any profits on your Bitcoin position, letting a portion ride? I'm actually doing a bit of the opposite, where for now I have taken profits and letting, essentially I have a bigger portion that I'm letting ride, and I've taken a smaller portion out. For now, I'm actually watching the 4-day candle for my decision making on profit taking. So I'm in the process of taking profit. So I took around 15 to 17% off on the top of the cloud. That was when I also posted on Twitter, right? It went hand in hand. And now I'm going to be watching the daily, 2-day, and the 4-day time frames, essentially. There's a clue on the 4-day. Okay, I'm going to wait for Julian to find it. He probably knows what I'm talking about as to why we need to be careful. But at the same time, there's also something on the 4-day time frame pointing me to $48,200.
$48.2K. No one thinks we can make it to.
So I'm kind of getting greedy here because I have so much leeway here, right? And my trading personality allows me to give back profits. I just don't like taking losses, right? I'm okay giving back profits. So if it pulls back a tad bit on me without it getting to 48,200, sure. But I've taken some already, and now I'll be watching. So 48,200. Krisha, what are your thoughts on that? Support and resistance queen.
Yeah.
Do I have your thumbs up on that?
Yeah, you do actually. It close enough. I'm looking at the monthly level. I think I went over this in the previous Bitcoin video that I published yesterday. Get on over to the monthly time frame, right? If we're just assessing this, my goodness, guys, look at the monthly. Look at the monthly.
That was
chart.
my next big
Okay,
reveal.
I mean, you
okay,
always
guys,
do this.
well, what was my biggest the thing I kept harping on in the month towards the end of October? What did I say? I said, guys, I'm not bullish on Bitcoin here until one of two things play out. Either time passes by or we get an impulsive move. And what I wanted in regards to time passing by is that monthly close above the Kijun, right? How many of you guys remember that? Put a poll on that. Are they paying attention to the free alpha I give you guys? This simple free alpha. No special nonsense, no fractals and waves and Elliot this, Bob that. Just simple.
You're gonna piss off all the Elliott Wave traders.
No, it's because I don't understand it, so I have to diminish it to make myself feel better.
Keruven is in here. How's it going?
Yeah, there you go. Ben remembers monthly Kijun.
Yeah.
Right. Simple. Just wait for the close up on the monthly Kijun. We got that, and the market responded immediately. That's also kind of what's making me think that we may get a further extension to the monthly level. What's the next monthly level?
Okay, so according to me, I'm looking at just the next monthly resistance overhead. I believe it comes in right here at around 47.7K. 47.7K is, at the very least, it's my target for now. However, and this is the one thing that I'd mentioned, right? While 47.7K is that monthly target, and if we see additional sort of bullish momentum pour in this particular juncture right here, say for the say we have short squeezes right now, especially if people get cute at the edge of the cloud and they start putting in their shorts, and for whatever reason added bullish momentum even comes in right here. Okay, we're looking at that cloud level. What happens then? Prices start ticking up, but the shorts begin to get squeezed out of their positions. Right at that point, I will be looking for that extended move to 47.7K. But I still stick to my guns and my analysis from a couple of, from about a month ago, a couple of weeks ago. It's this one thing that I've been bringing up to everyone's attention, right? This level at around 42.2K. And I told you guys this, now that this is a live stream, okay? And if you're here, amazing. But I told you guys the relevance of the midpoint, the cycle midpoint, right? So essentially, I literally look at the highest point of that previous bull market, the lowest point of the bear market, okay? And you can try this out historically across all the cycles on Bitcoin, all right? To find that midpoint, you're essentially adding the high, adding the low, dividing by 2. The level that you get comes in at around 42.2K. Historically, every time Bitcoin on the monthly time frame, so I'm looking at monthly candles, every time Bitcoin has cleared out the midpoint on the monthly time frame, that often leads to the next rally to the upside. That's the first signal of the next sort of markup phase for Bitcoin within its cycle. right? So if I am looking for continuation on the monthly time frame specifically, I'll be looking for the monthly close over 42.2K. So if December closes over 42.2K, I'm saying that's amazing for the bulls.
So what you're saying, in a non-flashy way, is that if we close a monthly above $42,000, the parabolic bull market is on.
He's just stripping my analysis out like that. Look at this guy.
I'm making it simple for the Mongolians to understand.
I'm giving them a system.
Okay, they don't want a system. They want to know whether to.
No, but I'm also giving you guys a system to back test, right? If you guys like the back test, go ahead and check it out. So yeah, 42.2K monthly closes over the weekly cloud. Yes, we can boil it down. Wow, you guys suck.
I'm mansplaining. No, he's on your side.
Oh yeah, you're on my side. Never mind.
No, I'm explaining it to them because you're too next level for us. It's too complicated. It's too complicated. Should we long or not? And when should we long? Tell us.
Monthly over 42.2K is your signal. Go for it.
Yeah. So that's going to give us likely weekly candles above the cloud too.
Yeah.
Right?
Also, I don't know. I did. Sean probably didn't watch the analysis, but cup and handle, guys. Cup and handle formation active.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the measured move for that?
$60,000. Measurement of $60,000. That's the measured move.
Who was that dude calling for all-time high before the halving, and you laughed at him? Who was that dude? There was some dude. I think he was guest starring on this channel. And now you're saying 60,000, eh? Interesting. Yeah. I wonder if you stole his analysis.
Yeah, so Sean's been called. Hey, it was not me. It's the cup and handle formation that's stealing your analysis here. But yeah, Sean's calling for 60K, essentially those highs once again, and before the halving. By the way, guys, the halving takes place on April 2024. I believe April 20th.
Like, is that so unreasonable to call now?
April 20th, 2024 is the halving date.
When was I calling for all-time highs before halving? 24,000. It seemed unreasonable then, right? Now, how much percent is it? Like 50%?
Around 74?
50%.
57. Never mind. My God, guys.
The Bitcoin can do this in a week.
Okay, but now let's consider one of the other things that Sean has brought to your attention. I think this is a very, very important signature, right? For those of you wondering, okay, guys, you guys have spoken enough. You know, do we actually see continuation here to $60,000? Do we see continuation to that euphoric phase of the bull run as we saw here when Bitcoin went from around 20K all the way up to $60,000 that happened within the span of, I believe, 5 months, right? Or even if you have to take, the previous two bull runs, let's take the one that we went to $20,000. Apologies for my really, really bad navigation on the chart today. I am a bit excited. But let's take Bitcoin right here where it went from around 3K all the way up to $20,000. Those are the sort of euphoric runs that you see in the market. Can Bitcoin do that? And I think Sean brought up a very important signature, which is the Ichimoku cloud, guys, on the weekly time frame is still red. It's still red. All right, for us to anticipate that next cyclical continuation for Bitcoin, we want to see this cloud here turn green. All right, that twist is very important. And if we look at a historic sort of, we look at that as a historic signature to then assess the trend on Bitcoin. Let's take this turn right here, okay? Where the cloud turned from red to green, right? And it's forward priced by around 30 bars, all right? So let's take 30 bars on this. So this cloud technically turned green during this phase of the market right here. I can go ahead and plot a vertical line, okay? There we go. That's where the cloud turned green, when Bitcoin was sitting at around 11.4K. Okay, so it was only when we got that green cloud that we then see that next run up to $60,000, and I believe this was right before the Bitcoin halving, because yeah, actually right slightly after the Bitcoin halving. Actually, the halving took place in July of 2020, if I'm not wrong. Correct me, of course, in the comment section. But that was that first turn. Let's look at the next cycle, the cycle before that. This was 2016, right? This is where the cloud turned green. All right, 30 bars. Let's go 30 bars. All right, the cloud turned green when price was sitting at around $700. Let's just round up. Okay, what did price end up doing? This too, I believe, this halving took place in July of 2020. Yeah, so 1 month prior to the halving in 2016, we saw the cloud turn green, and what did price end up doing? 20K. All right, and you can actually go ahead and test this out for yourself. But once again, guys, I say be a bit prudent here. Okay, we are still looking for that Ichimoku weekly cloud to turn green. Sean, your thoughts? Your Ichimoku cloud god. He's sitting on the Ichimoku clouds, giving you his analysis. He's got a crystal ball up there. You know, this is Sean right here, sitting on the weekly cloud with his magic ball in his hand, giving you guys calls on what is next. Sean, what is your next target? $500,000? $300,000? $1 million? What is it, Sean?
Okay, so something to note, guys, important to note is that even though we are using the top of the cloud as a resistance level and it's likely going to be resistance, it doesn't mean, okay, so let me break down the thesis simply again, okay, very, very simply. What did we talk about last year? Our thesis was we are going to make our way to the top of the cloud, but until the cloud flips green, we are not going to look for a parabolic run. Okay. However, that does not mean Bitcoin cannot go above the top of the cloud. We could very well make our way up to $48,000, okay, and still, in fact, we could make our way up to $60,000 and still not initiate the parabolic run. In my mind, we look for the parabolic run past all-time highs, right? I'm talking about a move to like $120,000, $180,000, $200,000. Those kind of numbers we can only look for if the cloud turns green. And that is to say that we could very well make our way up to $70,000 and still crash back into the red cloud and initiate a mini bear market. Like if we have mini parabolic run right now, I don't see us making our way to $100,000, for example. I'll be looking for $70,000 maximum-ish to start being a massive level to be taking profits. So yeah, green cloud is going to be what we're looking for.
Boom. There you guys have it. And that's something, by the way, we did not have during the 3K to 14K run up, eh?
Like even there, that's a good example.
Yeah.
In fact, 3K to 14K, we made our way to the top of the cloud, but we shot up higher, right? Had a mini blow off top and then came back to the bottom of the cloud. If we do something like that this time and we make our way up to $58,000, I think $58,000 is going to be where you guys should be taking most of your profits on your leverage trade. That's where you should be closing out all your leverage trades. Just get out. If we do it fast, if we make our move up to $58,000 really, really fast and the cloud is still red, be careful for the bottom of the cloud to get tested again. And what's the bottom of the cloud coming in at, Kusha? 24K? Right? 26K.
Yeah, 26K.
So do the drawdown now from $58,000 to 26K. Right, that's what you guys need to guard against. 54%. Bitcoin could do that. If you do have a liquidity event where all the markets, SPY, Nasdaq, bonds, all get crushed, right? Bitcoin is going down. Gold is also going to go down. Everything's going to go down. A liquidity event means that everything but Dixie goes down. At that point, the Fed comes in, loosens, rates go down to 1%, 2% maybe temporarily, and that's when the real bull market starts. That's when we look for Bitcoin to go from $24,000 all the way up to $250,000. That's your 10x move.
Boom. That's great. I think that's a great breakdown.
So now I'm already...
That's an amazing breakdown.
Look at what I'm doing, guys. While everyone else is thinking about prices now, I'm already beginning to start thinking about what is my next big trade? How can I start getting ready for the next big trade, right? Always hunting for that next big trade. It takes you may not hit that home run on your next swing, but you take let's say you get it wrong, take your losses quickly and position again. And when you hit that home run, right, you get so much breathing room. Now I don't need to get another good trade for next 6 months. I'm good, right? I get to plan, I get to prep, I get to take losses. I get to take losses for months now, and yeah.
Lucas Simon says, what are the conditions for the cloud to turn green? Honestly, something sustainable, like even a consolidation here, I think would give the cloud some time to turn green. if you even notice this region right here, right? And I believe July was where we had the halving in that 2016 run up. Notice what happened to Bitcoin. Bitcoin actually got up to the top of the cloud. June, July, we got the halving somewhere here. But notice the consolidation throughout this entire sort of phase. Now this was extremely, extremely long. I believe this was about a year, right? From what was this? November 2015 all the way to, okay, not a year, but at least like half a year, 6 months.
So this kind of move, what's played out right now, guys, is precisely what you'd be looking for the cloud to turn green. So we don't want to jump the gun, but you're seeing the signs already. Some of you might be noticing it. What we were concerned about last year was if Bitcoin made its way up really fast to $42,000, I would have been out of my trade completely, right? It would be the opposite. I'd be taking 85% of my profits and keeping only 15% of my trade in. That was conditioned on Bitcoin getting up to $42,000 in June, July. If we got up to $42,000 in the summer, I would have been taking almost all my profits. I would have been bearish, right? The longer Bitcoin took, the more bullish we were getting. That was always our thesis. And Bitcoin has taken quite a long time, right? We made our way up to $42,000 literally with 1 month to spare by the end of the year. I consider that a good sign for our longer term move. Now, if we make our way back down to the Tenkin and then we see support over there and we start consolidating, grinding back up to retest the top of the cloud again, Kusha, could you draw that out to an arrow for them?
So, what was your thing?
So move down to the Tenkin.
Okay.
Consolidate and like grind up a little faster than that, but yeah, something like that. And yeah, so basically leading up to the halving, etc., and then a breakout, a Kumo break, right? The cloud is turning green over there, trust me, and we are making our way up to all-time highs and further. Like at that point, I'm looking for a much bigger move. For the cloud to change to green, we need 60K. Certainly, if you want to see that happen in the next 7 weeks, during which time the lowest point of the Tenkin and Kijun won't increase.
But yeah, any sort of healthy correction here and a consolidation, especially within the cloud, I'm saying we're likely, and you can see this turn already, right? If you look at the bottom threshold of the cloud, you can already see it like sort of curve up, and it's getting steep right there. So we're seeing that sort of, we're seeing the width of the cloud actually reduce. So we could be seeing that turn sooner rather than later, if we get no adverse moves, that is.
Based on your cup and handle too, though, like it kind of lines up, by the way. Like what you drew out measures up with a potential move on your cup and handle, because cup and handles don't play out in a straight line.
No.
It could, like, just hide the cloud, for example. Okay, and now look at your cup and handle measured move, which is this. It's this. A pattern that forms into another cup and handle pattern that breaks up. And then you get your 60K. And then you have a bigger move.
I'm just gonna screenshot this if it plays out.
And then you then you have a massive, larger, give me a sec, inverted head and shoulders. Where's your drawing tools? Can't see over the mic.
You can just take it from
Okay,
here.
there you go, thank you. So you have your left shoulder, right? Your head.
Oh shoot.
And then you have a right shoulder here. Right, guys? So now we can draw this out. We'll have a neckline. Something like this, I guess. And then you have your measured move.
No, I think that's a little far-fetched. It's likely just gonna end up
What?
being
No,
like
it's
gonna end up being a much bigger cup and handle. Like
it's written. 175K.
Why would you just take this coming out from here? Look at that. Isn't that easier?
But
and more clear?
It's a smaller target though.
Just gotta fit the target to the TA.
you guys watch how it plays out into a massive head and shoulders.
Yeah, Sean, honestly, there are times where Sean could be like, yeah, Bitcoin, it's gonna do this. And it did it. Like, it's so terrible. I could have the magic ball and give you guys like $500,000, but instead the magic ball is with Sean and he just looks for downside targets.
175k is a downside target.
He's so bearish, guys.
Yeah, so time, right? So yeah, we have 6 to 7 weeks respectively. So for the cloud to narrow further, we need new highs each week. Okay.
The poll is in. So as far as how many of you guys think Bitcoin can reach 60K this month, we have 65% of you who said no, Bitcoin is not getting up to 60K this month. And the other 35 says, yeah, Bitcoin could get up to 60K this month. Interesting. So I have another poll. Okay. Let's get this one in. And I remember doing this poll earlier this year when Bitcoin was sitting at these lows. Okay. In fact, I believe we had already sort of begun our rally. And I had asked, and this was a poll that I posted on the YouTube community tab. I asked you guys, how many of you guys actually have your core Bitcoin allocations in? And I was shocked to see the results there. So I'm going to ask you guys that question again for those of you who are here in this live stream. And I think this is also going to give us a good sort of idea of how many people are still short Bitcoin. And when I say short Bitcoin, don't get me wrong. I don't mean people who are leverage short. You know, just because you're short Bitcoin does not necessarily mean that you're leverage short. One can also be short Bitcoin if you just find yourself without any Bitcoin, even spot Bitcoin, right? A lot of people, a few people I know personally who sold Bitcoin at, say, these highs right here, 48,000, some even at around 53,000, and they never ended up buying in. And now when I spoke to them last, Bitcoin was sitting at around 18.7K. So essentially the lows, but they were so adamant, they were so hell-bent on their thesis that Bitcoin is coming down lower to 12K, right? That was their target, around 16 to 12K. And instead prices rallied, and I found that a lot of them were still left without their core allocations. And now they're all wondering if Bitcoin's going to see that pullback. And even during this juncture right here, people are actually anticipating lower. So how many people actually have their Bitcoin core allocations? Let's get it in. And I mean, this is an anonymous poll. So if we want some good results, you got to be honest. Let's see it. Waz Chow believes in your crystal ball of targets.
Wolvie says I can only see the poll question and the answer after I put in an answer. What's the poll?
So the poll question is, how many of you have your core Bitcoin allocations? Is that just true for Wolvie? Can you guys see the question?
No, he can't see the answer.
Oh. Well, can you guys see the question and the answer? Okay, that's good. Okay. Same, can't see it on mobile, only on desktop. Oh, damn.
Oh, by the way, for all of you seedlings who are here right now and you guys missed the notification on the Discord private chat, I posted a brand new high time frame trade setup that at the moment is not expected to outperform Bitcoin, but it is expected to outperform USD. So if you guys have USD sitting on the sidelines and you're looking for a trade that is easy to manage, I've given you guys a high time frame, monthly time frame analysis where there's an easy entry and easy invalidation, where of course again you're going to require patience on the trade. So check that out in the seed high time frame trade setups channel. Can you check out my favorite alt?
We'll be going over a couple of alts towards the end.
Patchy Dome coin. It's totally irrelevant. What? Are you trolling? He's trolling.
Where? I don't see it. Where's this comment?
It's totally irrelevant. I love it. Are you guys expecting a retracement now after 48? This is a resistance level, man. At this point, I'm not expecting anything. I am reacting to what the market does.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to go about it. If we're just assessing like historic price action, and I don't know if this was a key, I think the key region would be here, somewhere here, 39.4k-ish. Can actually, yeah, 40.7. If the weekly closes underneath 40.7 for whatever reason, yeah, we could see another sort of retrace. I think at that point I would be expecting a retracement for Bitcoin. So 40.7k, but I'm looking for a weekly close. Only then can I really assess this, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. That'll basically show me that, you know, that this is where the short sellers actually stepped in. You probably had short sellers, you probably had some people over here who sort of bought Bitcoin and now likely don't want to have anything to do with Bitcoin. People who essentially don't have conviction in the project. So they basically got in for the hype and they got wrecked. So those kind of guys. And also, of course, people who are essentially just taking profits from their trades right here. I noticed that a lot of you are asking for pullback opportunities. Should I be selling Bitcoin here? So now you're just one person. Consider the amount of other traders out there also wondering the same thing. Is this a good time to be taking profits off the table? Karan Patel says, have y'all seen Stacks?
There's so many altcoins, but Stacks is one of the...
It's been doing really well though, right?
Is Stacks the coin that you were talking about? The Bitcoin layer 2 thing?
Yeah, Bitcoin layer 2 is Stacks.
Ooh, yeah. So Vashal asks, isn't the trend still pretty strong though? Yes, yeah, but the cloud is red. But
that's why we're being a bit more reactionary than trying to just crystal ball it right now. So we gotta see what price is doing on the lower time frames, right? Is it giving us basically signs of wanting to pull back here? Are we actually seeing additional selling pressure pour in here? So these are the things that you ought to be looking for, right? Because now what's important to note is that this is weekly resistance, right? So we're seeing a bit of a pullback here. And also, I'm just gonna fix my scale. Let's get on over to the monthly time frame very, very quickly. Turn on the Ichimoku cloud. And also look towards where that Kijun is coming in at. 36.1k. Do you think we see a pullback to 36.1k again? I don't know.
36.1k?
Yeah, this is the red line right here.
What? Why not? That's not even. That's like a 10%.
Yeah, this is enough to spook the hell out of people. I'd be like, what happened? Why is Bitcoin dumping?
So if you guys were looking for easy trades, you guys should be following the dashboard discussion on our Discord, right? Do you have the dashboard up? So those of you who are new here, you guys can follow along on app.mangoresearch.co. Here's the dashboard. There's a free version as well as the premium version. You can also use the free version and it's extremely powerful. But even if you guys don't want, even if you guys want access to the premium version in a certain way, people have been posting great screenshots of the premium opportunities on the dashboard discussions chat in the Discord. Primarily Ajesh has been gifting you guys alpha. He's the reason why Mango has been doing so well on the cash trade. He's been posting exactly the perfect opportunities on Bitcoin as well. Like he was the one to post. Like I'm here right now, and it was okay here. Yeah, November 28th. Okay, he's like Bitcoin exclamation mark, and he posted a great screenshot of the volatility and the trend profile using the dashboard on Bitcoin. Could you hit the drop down? Okay. You guys can see this, right? At the moment, it's long across all time frames, and it's red volatility on the 4-hour, 12-hour, daily, 2-day. Ajesh posted it, showing that it was blue volatility on the 28th of November. That was the perfect opportunity, was blue across the board. 4-hour, 12-hour daily, 2-day
Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah.
I wish I could show it to you guys, but it's on my screen here. And Ajay has been giving you guys freaking
Yeah, some amazing
free
amazing,
alpha.
Yeah.
Free alpha. He's been working really hard. Really hard. He's one of the few Mongolians who caught this long ass trend trade with me, with this 1 year long ass trend trade. And he's been giving you guys trades on a plateau, right?
Can I show them Ajesh's little message to you?
Do you have it?
I do. Here it is.
Oh.
Yeah, I posted this on Instagram too. Ajesh, massive shout out to you. Like, you don't understand just how much these sort of messages really make our day. Like, we always express that to you over PM every time you do messages. That this really, it puts us in such a good mood, and it's very, very encouraging. He says, Sean, I just wanted to say a massive thank you for everything. I never thought I would have the psychology to stay in my trade for a year. So yeah, Ajesh actually caught the same trade as Sean, and he's been sitting in it for 1 year. It was so hard to put the trade on, and you always said the times you feel most uncomfortable often be the most profitable. That was very profound.
It's come from my own pain.
All of this is because of the hard work you and Krisha put in every day. You have built an amazing community. I think you underestimate the impact you've had on people's lives. And guys,
this made my day.
Yeah.
This honestly made my day, but yeah.
So thank you.
I was gonna
for
bring
that.
it up when I do a live stream tomorrow too, because this honestly really made my day. It touches on two, not just the big things, the major things that I wanted out of this community, the goals of this community, which is primarily one, to teach that there's a lot of edge in just patience. Patience is edge. And two, I wanted to have an impact in some way, because there are often times where I work really hard on these video series that I did last year, where I was grinding out all those videos, and I used to wonder that is anyone listening, right? Because those videos would get, like, when I was setting up these trade ideas, this trade setup, this big Bitcoin trade setup for $42,000, I get like 800 views, 900 views on those videos, right? And I was like, is anyone listening? But then I get these kind of comments, right, from Ajesh, and I see Wolvie, I see Julian, I see the core Mongolians working on these trade ideas and getting so much out of it, and that impact, and he used the right word, the impact. That word is so important. That's exactly what I wanted out of the Mango community, guys, is to be able to teach patience, which is something you nailed in that message, and the impact that I was able to have on, even if it's a few of you, a handful of you who followed through on what I know is difficult, right? The patience is difficult, but thanks guys. Goes a long way, seriously.
Thanks, Ajesh. I'm going through your comments, guys. I feel like everyone's question is this: should we take profits off the table? Okay, let's put that to a poll. I think that's the one poll everyone wants to know about. So as far as allocations are concerned, Sean, around 54% of the community, at least 54% of the people in here, says that they do have their core allocations, and 46 say no, they do not have their core allocations. So that's very, very interesting. So this is also going to give you a good sort of idea. Now, this is not like a...
We should play that beach video again.
And this should give you a good idea of how many people would be looking to buy in, how many people are in pain if they feel like they're left without their core allocations, right? How fast are they willing to jump into the market if Bitcoin actually presents them a pullback opportunity? So I think the core question that people ought to be really considering here, if they're looking to take profits off the table, is that what is your plan? What is your plan on what is the pullback you're expecting? What is your plan if you don't get that pullback, at least to the extent that you think you're going to get it to? Right? What are your pullback targets, and how do you intend on placing your bids, getting a position back? Do you intend on getting a position back? So these are very, very important questions. As far as Bitcoin's trend is concerned, long trends across the board, volatility super high. Usually when we see this, yes, we can expect a pullback opportunity. However, flags right now, there's nothing that's signaling.
Let's go to the Mango view. We have Mark in the chat. He reminded me of the FVG that we could use to detect pullbacks.
Mark, FVG.
So weekly, maybe?
Yeah, let's get on over to the weekly. Mark, chime in the comments.
Where do you, Mark, where do you think we see a pullback? Where would you be looking to bid Bitcoin if you were looking for a pullback?
Yeah.
Weekly could be a
until we get this weekly close, maybe we could see another sort of FVG.
So weekly is looking at 35k as well.
Yeah.
Right, 34. Turn it on your bearish FVGs. Yeah, we have one. See. So, what's the top? The top upmost FVG?
44.2k.
Okay. So guys, if you guys have access to dashboard, do not forget to use your mangoview.
Yeah.
No, wait. I think Bitcoin is free, so everyone should have access to this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bitcoin is free on all time frames, I believe.
And also, like, everyone's thinking, those of you thinking of selling, I feel like, you know that this is a critical level, right? And oftentimes, up till today, there are times where I am guilty of this. I try to get cute with catching the optimal sells on my position. I want to know that I sold the top. You know, you get a sense of accomplishment through that. And sometimes you're not going to be able to catch that. You need to be okay with that, as long as you have a plan. So figure out your plan. Four-day, anything on the FVGs? Let us know if there's anything else on Bitcoin's chart that you want us to cover, because then we'll be covering a total of 5 altcoins, and then we're going to be wrapping up. Yeah, 4-day is also up against an FVG block.
So we have weekly FVG resistance, 4-day FVG resistance,
and cloud.
Weekly cloud. And you guys have access to cloud over here too. Turn on your weekly, Krisha, and turn on your cloud for them. Everything's here.
Yeah, everything's on this.
Look at that.
Yeah, there we go. So you can see that we're up against the cloud.
Yeah, it's definitely a watch what happens type time. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Everyone's so spooked out. We're all so happy. We're all just like, what's gonna happen next, guys?
You see the bottom of the cloud there, the bulge, the boob of the cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah, the under boob. If we see a hard rejection, we could come down to the under boob. 24.7k.
From everything that you can, I don't know. You know, pick like a fruit or something. He's like the under boob.
So what comes to mind? Paul's under boob.
Yeah, pretty much. Thank you, John. But we know there's one thing that we are sticking to, is that the cloud is not green. Weekly cloud, guys, is not green. We're not looking for that next sort of euphoric run up to whatever, those higher targets until this Ichimoku cloud here flips green. So we want to see this twist green if we're looking for higher. So TraderBot Win says, guys, appreciate a little info on which program to pick. So there's the Seed program and there's the Sprouts program. Seed is led by Sean. It's a lot more comprehensive, a lot more in-depth.
And Krisha was student 0.
I was student 0 of the Seed program. Like everything that I know, I have learned from the Seed, and I've been able to take all of that information and build on top of my knowledge. Now, while going through the program, I noticed that there were certain things that needed a bit of a bridge for those of you who are entirely new to the world of trading, the ABCs. So in the Sprouts program, I essentially built it such that it is the bridge to the Seed program. And more importantly, there were a lot of pain points that I felt as a trader. When I started my journey, a lot of times I got wrecked and I lost big amounts, okay, over some very, very crucial concepts that I did not have. Right? And I wish I had started off with those crucial concepts, because it would have saved me a lot of money. Okay, and saving your gunpowder, ultimately your equity is your gunpowder to then deploy on your next trade, right? Saving that gunpowder would have left me a lot more better off today. All right, so those sort of things really wrecked me. So I essentially go into the Sprouts program teaching you lessons that I learned the hard way, lessons that I wish I knew when I first started off my trading. Okay, so I start with the Sprouts program as a bridge to the seed, also encompassing all the hard lessons that I learned. I also give you guys a lot more strategies in terms of I want you guys to hit the ground running when it comes to the Sprouts program. So everything that I teach you in there is things that I want you to be able to apply as soon as you finish the module. Right, you should be able to look at a chart and be like, okay, I can start applying this right now. I can start sort of dissecting the chart, even if it means back testing, if it means testing out trading strategies. So I go in with that mindset. And
you
so
should show them your curriculum, because honestly, Kusha is really downplaying her Sprouts program. She's saying it's a bridge, but it's so much more than that. Even Ben was saying the other day in the chat that the Sprouts program is not just a beginner's program, it's that and then some, right? Because there are things that she targets. So you guys need to understand that every trader has a different personality and a different way of looking at the markets. And Sprouts is led by Krisha, and you guys will get her view on how to find support and resistance, how to focus on pattern trading. My view is through a trend trader's perspective on everything, right? In my support and resistance trades are how, as a trend trader, can I maximize my support and resistance trades. My risk management module too, my risk management approach is not through a support and resistance trader approach. It's about how can I juice out the most of my trend trades? How can I stay in my trade for the longest time, endure the most pain to be able to catch these big wins? It's a completely different view on the markets, and we have about two different teachers too.
yeah.
And I've been extremely impressed with Krisha's slides. I walk in while she's teaching, I'm like, wow. So yeah, and Kusha is going to be focused. So yeah, my pattern, the way I look at patterns too, is through a trend first perspective, right? I do trend analysis that derives my patterns, while Kusha will have a different view on patterns, I am sure, since she is the pattern queen.
So yeah, I'll be focusing on patterns next. So far, modules 1 to 5 are already out, so go ahead and check it out. The last one is precision support and resistance. And yeah, we do have like different trading styles. Sean, once again, he's a trend trader. He's a lot more comprehensive, and also the risk management module in his is to die for. I think the seedlings here can vouch for that.
This risk management module is my entire trading strategy.
Yeah.
So the risk, I think if you put together thinking like a trader, which is a risk management 1, and then the risk management module on its own, which is the major meat of it, together there's 8 hours of risk management. Seed is like 45 hours long or 50 hours long, something ridiculously long, and it has the private channels, the seed risk management indicator, seed risk management tool sheet, seed risk management oscillators, etc., etc. There's a lot to it. It's a commitment. It's a commitment, right? So accordingly choose.
Yeah, so it depends on the level that you want to get in at, and how much time do you have to allocate towards your learning, okay? And also, yeah, the kind of information that you want. So now you have access to the Sprouts curriculum right here, and go ahead and check out the Seed curriculum as well. They're very, very different. So far, there's only been one overlap in the two programs, so you can go ahead and check out what you get in both. Now, the next few modules, guys, I'm very excited. Pattern trading is coming up next.
So while Xiao says once I have paid my seed installment plan off, he plans on getting the Sprouts program.
Yeah, I'll be so happy to have you in. I'm gonna be so happy to have you in.
I love that there's so many seedlings in Sprouts. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So Ben is in both. Julian is in both.
He says Krisha slays. Yes. I really, really like hearing all of your amazing, kind, encouraging words about the program.
Do you guys think we should merge the? We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in another sort of. We'll let you guys chime in a poll, maybe in the community, the Discord community. Also, if you're not in the Discord chat,
I'll give you guys a teaser. I've been considering doing a merge when Krisha finishes the entire Sprouts program and it's fully priced in. I'm considering doing a merge of the private chats, because you've been considering making a separate private chat for Sprouts. We can't have too many channels because it becomes hard to manage. But yeah, it's something to consider. But we'll of course discuss it with the seedlings too.
Yeah, so for now, go ahead and you guys can find this on TraderBot you can find it on the mangoview.com/sprouts. So yeah, the early bird sale is still on because this is still a work in progress. But as soon as all the modules are out, guys, the discount drops. So heads up, heads up.
Where did Sean learn his trading? By getting absolutely wrecked in the market. I did pick up a lot of like old books, like you know, books from the 1900s, 1950s, 1960s, 1970s. So the thing about technical analysis, man, it's timeless.
Yeah.
It's why I stopped being a software developer, because I worked at Adobe, and I was there during as a software engineer, and I was there during a massive layoff period where they laid off 9 floors out of 11-story building, and the only reason they kept me and Shanks, which is 2 devs in I'm not dev anymore, but Shanks was a dev for the dashboard along with Mark, is because we were young, not because we were good. Because we were young. So I was like, okay, there's clearly theta on my lifespan as a software engineer. But as in the financial markets, you
age like wine, essentially, in the financial markets. The more experience you have, the more they want to keep you. You age like wine. Always try and pick things where your knowledge and your experience ages like wine.
Wish I'd learned trading 10 years back. Hands down, I even if you decide not to day trade, even if you decide not to trend trade, even if you decide not to position trade or swing trade, just being able to look at the charts. When you go to your banker and your banker talks about positioning in the markets, etc., now's a good time to buy, now's a bad time to buy, etc., you can just look at the charts and you know whether he's full of shit or not. Okay, this skill will always benefit you. Always benefit you. Because right now, in fact, it's the hardest because we are so tied. Our emotions are so tied to the markets, right? We believe in some coin or the other. You guys might be Cardano fanboys. We have Bitcoin fanboys in this room. Sherwin's probably in here. Wolvie's an Ethereum fanboy. We all are emotionally tied to our bags. But when you divorce yourself out of that and you move to a new country, or you just, you get busy with your family and you come back to the markets, you talk to your banker, and your banker says, hey, I think you should get into so-and-so markets, so-and-so index. You'll be able to quickly pull up the chart, and at that point, your wealth is going to be far, far more, right? These decisions are 100x more important then, right? And then you pull up the chart, and you're like, I don't agree with him, so I'm going to wait. And you could wait, and that could save you hundreds of thousands of dollars, way more than any other education could possibly give you at that phase of your career, because it'll help you forever.
Pain is the best teacher indeed, Ben. Pain is genuinely the best freaking teacher when it comes to the world of trading. Was Chow, thank you for the XRP vid as well. Krisha, you're most welcome. I actually quite like covering XRP. It's just that every time I used to cover it, YouTube always used to ding me, but I'm glad that today YouTube did not ding me for XRP. And I think this is a great segue into altcoins. So let's talk about altcoins, guys. We're going to cover a total of 5. So yes, Cardano is on the list. So are you guys okay with Cardano? Let's get some comments in there.
Pain.
Did the music stop playing? Ada, please go for it. Okay, let's go. Cardano. So, okay, I got the comments. How many of you guys actually looked at the comments on the Cardano video? I have to reply to some of you, so I will get to that tonight. But the comments are so funny, guys. The comments are freaking hilarious. People are so cheesed with Cardano. They're so, tilted with Cardano. And Sean and I, we were just talking about that today, and, I was like, what's up with people? What's going on? Why is there so much emotion involved here? And then I realized, if you really look at Cardano's chart, I want you guys to consider the entire bear market. Cardano gave nobody a chance to get out of a shit position. Not anything that was formidable. Okay, it was not all of the relief rallies that Cardano got throughout its bear market was piss poor. Let's face it. Okay, this move was, this was the only one that was good enough, 52%. Everything else was just one big bleed for Cardano. So I want you guys to consider anyone who bought the highs right here. Okay, around $2 and say 30 cents. Prices bled. Oh, a relief rally. Oh, I can get out, but no, not enough. They're like, even if I do get out here, I'm still taking considerable loss. So they all pretty much stuck in their positions, only for prices to melt down even lower, even lower. It was one incessant bleed for Cardano. So now consider market participants, right? A lot of them would have likely capitulated on their positions. And now that Cardano is actually moving up, this is where the people who did capitulate, who once had conviction in the project, then turned disgruntled, they're looking at this move. They're just like, screw this bag. When I sold, that's when it started rallying. So a lot of people are not happy with the Cardano move, I'll tell you that. So yeah, as far as the TA is concerned, yes, Cardano is still at weekly resistance. I think this is something that we've been going over, right? It's from around 40 cents to 45 cents. This is the resistance range that I'm looking for. As soon as we start breaking 45 cents, guys, 94 clear. Okay, we're also looking at a W-like formation trigger. And this is Cardano's bottom-like formation, by the way. Bitcoin has already ripped out of its formation. But why is this target not working out here? Okay. I think I took this on the monthly time frame. But anywho, the target comes in at around 88 cents to around 94 cents. This is the target range that I'm looking at. I'm looking at the measure move of the W-like formation. And yeah, Cardano is holding its bull flag break. I'd say start looking, if honestly, I think what's really going to confirm this move, start looking for closes over this, the highest wick right here on the daily time frame, okay? The high comes in at around 0.4095. For those of you who want to take note of that, go ahead and check it out.
Did you show it on the dashboard?
Ingram, no, I haven't showed on the dashboard. Thank you for reminding me. I feel like I take the dashboard for granted now. It's like I just know what the trends are saying because I usually start off my day with it. It's terrible. It's making me very lazy. Okay, here, wow. Guys, Cardano on the dashboard looks pretty freaking neat so far, okay? Long trends across the board, 4-hour time frame to the weekly time frame. This is essentially what you want to see if you're looking to jump into a trade. Bullish returns on most, except the 4-hour time frame. This is where we're seeing the pullback right now. Volatility, low, okay? And it's pretty moderate. It's healthy across the board, telling me that if the bulls actually want to pick it up, they can. And notice there are no flags for concern here, no bearish flags whatsoever thus far. Okay, so this is still a very, very healthy picture for the Cardano trend and the Cardano volatility profile. So this is what you want to see if you're looking for the bulls to step in. Any retrace levels for Cardano? $12-hour dynamic, man. This is where the trend is being established right now. 12-hour to the daily dynamic. Look for these levels. But yeah, I like the 12-hour dynamic so far. This is that one sort of trend profile that I have been following. I think I brought up in my last video. 12-hour dynamic comes in at around 38 cents. For those of you who want to take note of it. It's going to be an easy trade to manage if you do catch your bid on there, because that's essentially what makes a pullback opportunity a good one. Is it easy to manage? Right? You know when you're wrong very fast, and you don't have to wait in those trades for too long. Okay, what's the next coin?
SNX. Look at start on the dashboard.
Okay, SNX.
So I posted this as a trade setup in our Discord, and it was one of those trades where you start building it in our blue box territory because there was a symmetrical triangle and ascending triangle setup combination where I posted a screenshot. So you just don't think you should click it. Yeah. Oh, okay, that worked. Okay, so you guys remember this is one of my favorite trade setups. So you have a symmetrical triangle along with an ascending triangle. And the way we build it is the first breakout of symmetrical triangle, you get your first position, then you can build it in your second position within the box or above the box. That's essentially what happened over here. Broke out of symmetrical, broke out of the ascending triangle, retested the ascending triangle. This blue box territory over here is where you want to build most of your position. The retest is where you get your final position in, and now you're looking for continuation. Break underneath the blue box and you're out of the trade.
Wow, beautiful.
We did this for Bitcoin too.
Yeah.
It's
XRP also, today I covered XRP. It has a similar setup. Go ahead and check it out. Okay, now let's get on over to the dashboard profile. Sean, what's your read on SNX dashboard profile? Oh, you're okay. Long trends across the board. 4-hour volatility pretty low. It's not bad. 12-hour 80. Could start seeing a bit of a pullback. Well, let's just go and look at the chart very quickly. Weekly. Wow, I've clearly been dissecting this whole coin for some time. Yeah, we've cleared out a key region of resistance. Now turned into support. This is it right here. Yeah. Okay, could see continuation to the upside. At the very least, I'm going to be looking towards $4.44 for SNX. That's a good breakout. Could this play out like the KASPA played out? Who wants to check out KASPA? We're going to be covering a few more coins, and then we're going to be... Wow, my KASPA chart is so nasty. Been covering a lot of KASPA. So yeah, I was looking at KASPA. I honestly was looking for downside prematurely. I told you guys that look towards your 12-hour dynamic, right? And what happened here, allow me to just clear out my chart. We were sitting on the 12-hour dynamic indicator the last time we spoke about KASPA. I was looking towards a bearish pattern, which never ended up playing out. Instead, what happened was that KASPA came down to the 12-hour dynamic and found a bid on the 12-hour dynamic. Bounced right off of it, okay? And now we've technically triggered an ascending triangle formation, a symmetrical triangle formation. Do you guys see it right here? Right, that's a symmetrical triangle break. If I have to go ahead and take the measured move of the symmetrical triangle, okay, we can actually take it from here. Plot it on the break. What's that next target for CAS? The target to the symmetrical only comes in at around 18 cents. But as of now, we're looking towards, well, KASPA is pulling back. For me to anticipate the continuation to the upside to around 18 cents, I'm looking for 2-day closes over 14. Right, notice notice the relevance of 14 cents on the 2-day time frame, guys. 2-day time frame, we've been dissecting KASPA's high time frame sort of structure by using the 2-day time frame, and you'll see that we've been getting rejected off of 14 cents time and time again. It's been a struggle, right? So look towards 2-day closes over 14 cents. So when do we open the next 2-day? Tomorrow. Yeah. So, but for now it's a rejection. So wait. I say wait on the close. Don't jump the gun on KASPA here. If we get that 2-day close, that's your tell. Any more requests, guys? So we covered Cardano, we covered SNX, we covered KASPA. Wait for 2-day close on KASPA. It's tomorrow. You're waiting less than 24 hours. Don't be silly. Okay, the pullback opportunity, usually we get a dip into, I mean, the dynamic has been working like a dream. Dynamic levels, take note of it for those of you who are still trading CAS.
I have a request. I have a request.
Wait. Dynamic levels comes in around...
I have a request.
0.134. Take note of it.
And make sure to subscribe.
Oh yeah, make sure to subscribe. What the hell?
I know.
You want requests, but you're not subscribed? What do you mean?
STX, your Karan has been so...
Okay, cool.
He's been
STX.
so persistent.
STX.
Poor guy. And you've been ignoring him.
Okay, no, sorry. Also, KASPA, guys, long trends across the board, volatility, very, very healthy. STX, let's go.
Whoa, go back there. You're so bad. You're such a bad analyst. Look at the bullish Ichimoku call on the daily.
Oh shoot, KASPA's
she's horrible, guys.
Did you know KASPA's proof of work?
Why do you guys subscribe to her?
Hey,
okay?
let me finish.
Okay,
KASPA is proof of work, and it also has it's deflationary, much like Bitcoin. It's got like a Bitcoin narrative to it as well. KASPA and Bitcoin, they're mates. Okay, SDX. Current potential says STX. Okay.
Volatility red.
Ooh la la.
Oh man.
Volatility 100. It's maxed.
It's probably pumping.
Yeah, it is
pumping. It's 40% up.
Shoot, dude, look at this. Damn. Okay, long trends across the board on SDX. If there's any one coin I regretted earlier in this bull run, it's SDX. I never ended up getting to that trade, even though I'm just like, Sean, we should look at SDX. It's
Yeah,
got the whole
and
Bitcoin.
and I tell her,
Ordinal.
okay, look into it. Get your own
Bitcoin
trade.
NFT narrative to it. It's not the ordinal. But yeah,
If you
good
like the trade, you should get into the
returns.
trade.
Jeez Louise, like freaking 37% just on the 4-hour time frame.
But
so,
you missed it.
So okay, wait, let me finish. Jeez Louise.
Why didn't you take the trade? Why were you bullish and not in the trade?
2.8
Why were you
days,
bullish
in
and not?
2.8 days, SDX has done 37%. Okay, you need to understand that these returns are based on when price reversed. It reversed in 2.8 days ago. And so far, if you actually caught that trade, you've done a good 37% on this. And it makes sense now why volatility is flashing 100. However, can it keep going higher? Yeah. Okay. It could. We'll assess the chart in a bit to see if there's resistance. But I think what I'm seeing here is that there are no flags for concern. No bearish flags whatsoever. So let's get into the charts.
What do you mean the volatility isn't a flag for concern?
It is, but I want to see some. Okay, don't ever trade it in isolation. Don't trade any indicator
It's
in
up
isolation.
against your resistance level.
Okay,
Is that a flag for concern?
I don't like you anymore. I just saw this. Okay? Alright, fine. Here we go. It is resistance. Karan Patel.
Okay, so hit your target.
Yeah. Okay, let's see where this is at.
Oh man, this is so bad. Krisha was looking at SDX over here at 20 cents. It's only a 5x, more than 5x, 6x. Ouch. Missed trade. Okay. There'll be more.
There will be more. But okay, no, let's consider the. There's too many violations on this range. I'll place it right here. Look at this as a resistance range, right? It's not just one line. This is a range of resistance for SDX. I could be like a voiceover artist, guys. I could be like in a horror book. I would love that. I hate horror movies, but I think I would do a great job in a horror novel. SDX. I could be the ghost.
So what is this? A huge Adam and Eve?
Yeah. It's a cup and handle.
Oh.
This is where you drink your coffee out of. Sitting pretty in your gains. And you dip a biscuit in there. You dip one of them Chip Ahoy cookies.
Deformed boobies to me.
Everything is just boobies. Just check out this under boob, guys. Yeah, let's look at the measured move, Karan Patel, of the cup and handle like from formation. If it breaks, only comes in around $6.69. And if I do not get into that move, I swear to God,
Ouch. That's gonna be a. So you should.
I'm gonna be very disappointed in myself. But yeah, SDX guys. We are currently up against resistance though, okay? So we have volatility flashing those high, and dude, volatility flashing 100, it's at max, okay? But look for SDX to actually clear resistance at around $1.13 if you want to look for a continuation to the upside. Next target on this only comes in at around $1.73 at the very least, okay, first stop. So it's not necessary that we get to the measured move of the cup and handle right off the bat. But if we clear out resistance, 55 cents is next target. 55% is the move. $1.75 is the target.
There's a pretty good bearish narrative on SDX that was just pointed out. It sounds too much like FTX.
FTX is actually, for those of you in the Mango Prime group, okay, now we have like Mango Prime. For those of you who are active in the community, we started Mango Prime as well. We intend on posting more in there, all the dashboard videos at the very least. I'm thinking of making that available to the Prime members as well. But FTM, I presented to
No, FTX. He said SDX sounds like FTX.
Oh, Waz Chow. FTX is dead. Why are we talking about dead coins?
That's his point. He's like, too much PTSD. Okay,
Look
okay.
at me. I'm always like glass half full.
So what's your targets?
FTM.
What's your targets? Red resistance. Don't buy here. All right.
Yeah, don't buy here.
But if we do break Krisha's red box.
Okay, the red box territory, for those of you who want to take note, comes in at around $1.06, going all the way up to $1.14. It's quite a range, but it's a range. 7% range. Damn, 7% range. Okay, that's the resistance range. There's nothing more to be said about that. That is the resistance. It's only when we start breaking $1.14 will I actually expect continuation to the upside. All right, it would also be triggering a cup and handle-like formation if we break that resistance zone. So heads up on that. Looking exceptionally bullish right here. Okay, that's it for SDX.
Last coin, my request. Gold. XAU, go.
All right, sir. Tell Peter Schiff that it got rejected. He's getting smug there on Twitter. He's like a moon boy on Twitter. Gold moon boy. But no, it is looking good though, damn. What the hell? What's going on? Sean, could you shed some light on gold and when gold runs relative to the economy? When does gold often run? Gold has a lot of gatekeepers. There's a lot of
So gold runs, guys, when the market doesn't believe that they're going to get their deserved yield from the longer end of the bond market. So basically your 10-year, your 30-year. If they don't believe that they're going to get the yield they deserve compared to inflation. So let's say inflation is at 5%, right? Let's take some round numbers. And the bond market is giving them only 3%, right? That is going to give them a real yield of negative 2%, right? Because the bond on average is giving them 3%, while inflation on average is 5%. So your real yield is negative. It's negative 2%. So that's when people tend to flock towards gold as a way to hedge against negative real yields. So when you see gold go up, one of two things is happening. Either the market is pricing in negative real yields, essentially the bond market being suppressed through yield curve control, or they are pricing in sovereign default risk. So if they think that the Fed, for example, is going to print a lot by thereby debasing the currency, thereby defaulting not through a hard default but a soft default, right? If you're printing the money, let's say that there are 1,000 units of X money, okay, and then you can't pay off your debt in X money. So what you do is you print that money. You have changed the DNA of that money, because the money used to have only 1,000 units, but now it has 2,000 units. You have essentially made a new type of money that is simply labeled X, right? So you have defaulted in a soft way, not in a hard way. So that could be something else that the market could be pricing in. So one of two things: either a default of some form. Now remember, this gold is a global asset. So this could be the market in culmination pricing in a default across the board, right? Where sovereigns across the board are defaulting in amalgamation, right? So we don't need the Fed to be the only one printing. It could be the Fed printing, it could be EU printing, it could be Asia printing, China, Japan, etc. So that could be what gold is telling us, which is, by the way, bullish for Bitcoin, because printing of money is essentially liquidity entering the market, and Bitcoin is a barometer for liquidity globally, right? Bitcoin tracks global liquidity in a very, very good way, because markets are forward priced by at least 6 months, and smart money will position the protection of their wealth in Bitcoin, even if it's in small amounts, based on the amount of liquidity that is put into the market through printing by central banks across the board. And even if these sovereigns, if these big wealth fund managers are putting in like 1% of their wealth in Bitcoin, that's going to move the markets in a big way. So yeah, that's gold.
Damn. Okay, there you go. Any fundamental questions, guys? Sean is your man. Sean's knowledge on this is freaking insane.
But TA is still king.
Yes, he is still king. Don't get that twisted.
You know, people say TA is useless, and fundamentals all that matters. And then they see me using technical analysis. They think I don't know anything about fundamentals, but often I know more about the fundamentals than they do. But I still, even after I know more on fundamentals than they do, I still rely on my TA to make me money. There's a difference between knowing things because for your knowledge and making money. Money is more about risk management, and technical analysis is the king of risk management.
Yeah. Well said. I think that's really profound. Take note of that, guys. We learned the hard way. This is putting in a massive cup and handle like formation. And the thing about cup and handles, now for those in the Sprouts program, you guys are going to be learning about this next, right? When it comes to pattern plays. Not all pattern plays are continuation patterns. Not all patterns are reversal patterns. There are some that are stronger than others. Cup and handle, now this is a cup and handle, but I think the one that I am primarily going to be focusing on here is this. We got a bullish head and shoulders on the continuation structure for gold. So this is that one pattern that I'm going to be keeping my eyes out on. And it looks like we're breaking right now. This is what Peter Schiff, he's a technical analyst, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's also into the technicals a bit. But yeah, this comes in around 2,560 for gold. But wait on the close. So far, we're getting it.
All right, let's wrap up.
Cool beans. We will cover. Now, of course, guys, if there's any other coins you want us to cover, make sure to chime in the comment section below, and I'm gonna try and push out dedicated videos on the altcoins, because I think this is gonna be the altcoins time to shine. Hey, thanks, Alex. He says, I've been watching since 2020, and you guys help immensely. That means a lot to even, like, for those of you who are sort of silent lurkers and, you know, you've been with us for so long, like, you don't understand just how much it means when you guys do reach out to us. So thank you for that. And thank you, Ajesh. Always somehow just making the week a better week always. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ajesh, honestly. Alex Mick says, I want to do this full time. Put in the work, put in the effort, put in the time, and you can. Very well can. Mark, by the way, is one of our most recent professional traders. He most recently got funded, so he is now a full-time professional funded trader. So if, like I said, if Mark can do it, anyone okay. No, but Mark did it, which means anyone can do it, right? He is a very capable guy, but I'm sure everyone over here in the Mango community is extremely capable as well, because Mango in itself is a community that kind of filters out the trash from the cream, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, Wick, we're gonna be answering out. That was one point that I had on today's agenda, but I don't think we have time for it today. That is an interesting one, even though you added lol at the end of it. He says, hey, question, how does the tax loss harvesting work
I answered.
on an asset that's been pumping all year?
If you bought in 2021 at all-time highs, you can still tax loss harvest this year. Like if you bought at $60,000 and this year you sell at 60, at 42, you can still tax loss harvest.
Yeah.
He says, oh, I suppose there's that. Yeah, should have harvested at the end of 2021 though. Yeah. Sometimes people might be thinking there are reasons, right? Because hey Siddharth, how's it going, man? Long time indeed. How you been? But let's say you get into position and you want to tax loss harvest, but you're also looking to get back into position due to a mandate in your fund that you need to have a certain allocation to Bitcoin. Let's say your fund mandates you to have 1% into Bitcoin, right? So you're like, okay, I will sell Bitcoin here, I'll tax loss harvest, but I'll have to get back in within 3 to 4 months. Well, some jurisdictions have restrictions on your ability to tax loss harvest based on how long you've been out of the asset, right? So if you've been out of the asset for only 3 months, it doesn't count. You have to have been out of the asset for at least 6 months or 1 year in some places for it to count. So maybe now they don't have that mandate, right? Because then the crypto narrative is dead. And Bitcoin's at 42K, which is, by the way, just speaks volumes. But maybe they're like, okay, maybe now we can actually get out of this asset and get back in 1 or 2 years. Maybe they believe that this is the top. They should take their losses now and then get back in at 20,000, right? They may not be able to. Clearly, they're bad traders if they need to tax loss harvest, right? So that decision alone is a sentiment read.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right,
Alrighty, guys. Thank you all for tuning in to this live stream. Goodness, I'm choking. I haven't had a sip of water. But thank you so much for tuning in. This really made our day. And thank you, Sean, for the amazing insights as usual. Isn't Sean freaking amazing? Sean, give them your best smile. All right. We'll see you guys now in the daily updates or in the next live stream. Of course, now that markets are running, it's going to be a lot more fun to do these live streams. So yeah, come in with your best questions on the next live stream. Of course, if you guys are not in the Discord chat, that's essentially when we announce when we're going live next. So make sure you're joining the Discord chat. You'll find it on themangoway.com/Discord. Everything is themangoway.com/something. So
mangoway.com/discord, themangoway.com/sprouts, themangoway.com/seed, themangoway.com/
dynamic.
Yeah. So
everything.
Yeah.
Everything. The Mango Way.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple, like mango. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of the week. And yeah, with this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the Mango Way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.